need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun on safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl.
What's up? It's your girl ShaynaMonét, but you can call me Shay, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are just going to do a get ready with me right quick because I just wanted to talk to you all a little bit about like 2021, 2022, things like that. Okay, I'm literally not doing much for my makeup, therefore we're just gonna talk and we're gonna bypass the makeup and act like I ain't even doing that, okay? Because I started doing it and I came off so I could do my eyebrows and then I forgot that fast that I was supposed to be recording. So when I'm doing my face, it really don't even matter because I ain't even bring lashes with me because I'm not at my house. I don't even bring lashes with me, so I'm gonna ask my friend if she got some lashes, but I ain't even bring no lashes. Therefore, I don't want to do too much as far as makeup. This is kind of like a, what is this called? A recap video, like what I did in 2021 as far as goals and things like that. I was supposed to do this video like last week, but y'all are getting it when y'all are getting it. But I've been on a roll, and that is one of my goals, to be consistent. And I feel like every year everybody says that it's on YouTube. Be more consistent, be consistent. But YouTube can definitely become like a job. It could feel like, dang, I gotta get this video out, I gotta do this, because for a lot of people it is a job. But yeah. So I just want to make sure I keep the fun in YouTube, no matter if it does become like an actual job for me or whatever the case may be. I definitely want to keep the fun in it because I started this in high school. So I've been on here, I think, for almost 6 years. I have to double check that. If it's not, in 7 years. And when we talk about years, it makes me like, dang, if you were consistent, like going hard them 6 years, you know where you could have been at. But I feel like I was already for where I could have been at. Only God knows, and it's no point in going back to the past thinking about what I could have done. It's just more so like, what could you do now to make yourself better? But anyway, let's go ahead and talk on about 2021. 2021 was definitely a year of lessons, growth, heartbreak for me. It was like a lot I learned. Love, because I definitely gained a lot of self-love, a lot of love from other people. So it was definitely a roller coaster year. Actually, let me change that. It wasn't a roller coaster. It was like a, let me think. It was like it was low at the beginning of the year, but then towards the end of the year, it definitely shot up. Like, let me say it like that, because I have to, congratulate myself over the things that I did over this last year. All right, so let's go throughout the year. Let's do the breakdown. Let's do the timeline. So in January, I wasn't in a relationship, but I was heavily talking to somebody, and that ended. And do we want to talk about that? Not really, because that was a lot of heartbreak. I was just devastated from that. I'm not gonna lie, like that. And then when everything fell apart, that was more so when the snowstorm came. So I was in the house by myself. We was locked in, couldn't go nowhere. I was sad. I was hurt. I was depressed. I was sick. As with all of that, I didn't get the C word, but I did get strep throat and I think the flu. That both hit me. So didn't want to eat, plus I was depressed. It was just a lot around that time last year, and that honestly lasted for a while, so that was in February, And then in March, me and Tara went to Vegas. That was the first time going to Vegas. That was like the first trip. Well, yeah, out the state. First trip out the state for me. I did go to Houston in January. So that was the second trip for me, but the first trip out the state for me. That was a lot of fun, but it was cold, and then it just wasn't doing nothing for my depression. For me, if I'm depressed or sad or whatever the case may be, I have to have warm weather. So when the cold weather hits, it just don't be coming together for me. But to experience Vegas the first time, it was interesting, but it was cool because later on in the year, we got to do a round 2, and I know y'all seen that. I will leave all of them videos down below if y'all want to check that out if y'all haven't seen it. But yeah, so so now we're in March. I ended up started working. I was in school full time at the time, but I started working as well. Really, pretty much to jump into my career field, and we'll talk more so about my career field later. But that was to try to jump into my career field, or into a different career field, because that was the first time working since the Army. I ended up actually staying at that job up until December. I'll tell y'all why later when we get throughout in a few minutes. But yeah, I ended up staying at that job way longer than I was supposed to, way longer than I thought I would. But it's cool because everything ended up working out. So that's what happened in March. April came. I was just down and out. I just was just like, I'm over it. But I was like, I have to start getting myself together. In this time, I definitely was going to therapy, which helped me a lot. And I'm about to talk more about shadow work, because that was the main focus of 2021, my shadow work. And I think due to me doing that shadow work, a lot of things at the end of the year played out the way they played out because of me doing the shadow work. Which means like going back, talking about my past, talking about why I do things in relationships and friendships as a human being. And that really helped, and I really enjoyed that. During that time, I also, in April, I also went on a self-care trip. This is my first trip alone. I went to Arizona, loved Arizona, want to go back. That's all. I'm definitely going back. That's going to be, even if I have to go by myself every year, that's going to be a trip that I annually do. Make that for myself, because Arizona just gave me so much peace. I was so happy there. So that was that. And then May came, and I went back to Vegas. A lot of this time frame, I was just really, really depressed. I think my depression didn't start slowing down until maybe around June, July, but it started picking back up, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So yeah, what happened? I went to Vegas for the second time. Vegas was fun. We had a lot of fun that time. It was hot when we got there, and yeah, I told y'all for my depression, I need heat instead of cold weather. So that actually worked perfect. Like, I enjoyed that trip a whole lot. Vegas didn't owe me nothing, but maybe a medical bill or a voucher to go to the hospital, because I think I passed out on that roller coaster, but whatever. So that was a lot of fun. Fast forward, so y'all know Tara ended up leaving me, but I was sad, I'm not gonna lie, but I was happy for her because she definitely did her thing, and she, moved out the state. And I advise everybody to move out of their home state. Like, me and her did a video on this because I actually went to Atlanta. That's why I ended up saying that she moved, because I went to Atlanta to go visit her, and then we did a little bit of content on her page. So I'll leave that video down below. And I had fun when I went there. I'm gonna go back because I actually have some more friends, and I have family out in Atlanta. And not like, people be like, oh, I got family out in Atlanta, oh, I got family out somewhere. No, like, my aunt, my mom's sister lives out in Atlanta. So definitely trying to get into the family sector of things this year, as far as shadow work and mending relationships and things like that as far as family, because I think I did it good on the friend side, the self side, but now it's like the family side that I'm starting to get into, which that'll come when me and my therapist talk about that because that's gonna be interesting. Now, as far as what else happened, so now we're in, I think, June, July. A lot of stuff didn't happen. I did start my home buying process around June, July time frame. I reached out to my girl Tiaja, and sis helped me out. She set me straight. Like, she said, this is what you need to do. I followed, I listened, and executed, and now December we got a house. But yes, I did start that process. That process was amazing. Actually, it was long as hell, but it taught me a lot of things like patience. Okay, so like I was saying, I started that process and it taught me a lot of patience because I was getting very, very impatient. I was ready to leave my job because I said I was only going to be at that job for 6 months, and that's the reason I had to stay, because when you're buying a home, you have to have that certain amount of income to come in. So yeah, I was just like so impatient, and it was kind of like stressful because it was just like, dude, I don't like have to be here, but on paper it shows that I need to be here. So things like that. So it was just like that. But it taught me a lot of patience. So August, September time frame, that was nothing. Was in school, was starting to hit depression a little bit, but I was trying, it was just like going up and down, fluctuating a lot, and I just was trying to learn how to get out of it. So this year, I feel like that's what I was trying to learn, and I'm going to continue. Last year, that's what I was trying to learn. This year is what I'm going to continue to try to do, is learn how to get out of my depression, because I know certain times of the year, that's when I get depressed. And maybe I need to start planning trips ahead of time, so I can just be like, you know what, I'm going on a trip, this, and that. Speaking of trips, so October time came and went on a trip. Went to Tulum, Mexico. First time out the country. First time using my passport. Was lit. I was so excited. Of course, I went with my girl Tara, because who else I go on trips with? Make sure y'all watch all 3 of those videos, as well as go over to her channel and watch her video. Yeah, because me and Tara have gotten way closer, and I really, really adore Tara. Like, that's literally, it's a handful of people I really call my sister, and I would consider her like my big sister now, and I damn sure don't call nobody my big sister. So November time frame came, and I don't know why, like I was just really, really down in November, but it felt like I had to be there for a lot of other people in November, and I feel like that was God, and God was just saying, like, you have to push through this, you have to break out of this to be there for other people. And then it was a lot of going to my counselor, talking to her about it, and it was creating boundaries, like how to be there for people but not have to give everybody, all of me, things like that. So that was really great. December came, I closed on my house. My sister graduated. Congratulations, sister. So I was in Virginia for the weekend before Christmas, and I got to spend time with them. And then it was before my sister left, because she's on duty right now. Some people may know my sister's in the military, so. And she's actually National Guard. If y'all want to know more, let me know, because I can get information, and then I'll tell y'all. And y'all know I am a veteran myself. So if y'all want to know more about military or things like that, but first and foremost, follow me over on Ladies in Turquoise on Instagram and YouTube, and TikTok, because I will be doing more content over there. But I also will be talking about the military over on those platforms as well. Week after, got to close on my house, as y'all can see. Clearly not in my house right now, but as y'all can see, got to close on my house, which was very exciting. And I'm going to do a detailed video on this channel and over on Ladies in Turquoise, so that way y'all can know about the home buying process, because sis did that at 25. Yes, ma'am. Okay, started it at 24. We did the same thing, and it's not as hard as people think. Today is January 8th. And some of the goals that I have for the new year, one is more streams of income, because who don't want to have more streams of income? Getting my bachelor's degree, I can tell y'all that because I'm almost done. I'm currently 80% done, but I'm in classes because I did take 2 months off for my bachelor's degree. And give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and put my little outfit on because I got about 30 minutes until I need to leave the house. And while I'm finished talking to y'all, finishing talking to y'all, I can go ahead and at least be dressed because I'm good for being late. And that is something I want to work on in 2022, is not being late, like being on time, being early. I prefer to be on time and being early. Be early to things because time management is definitely important in career and life in general, and I definitely want to continue to do better. That way in the future I can teach people around me to do better. I'm a mentor. I want to teach them to do better. Go ahead and start on my master's this year. We're going to start this fall. I'm actually debating what school I want to go to for my master's. I'm debating if I want to stay at the school that I'm at or go to a different school. Okay, now that I got my lashes on, I can come up here and talk to y'all a little bit more. So yeah, that is one thing that I want to do. Another thing I want to do is dressing better, as far as just looking more presentable everywhere I go. No matter where I go, like everywhere is a fashion show for me. I love to dress up. I want to treat it like that. Like, even if it don't have to be a fashion show. I mean, today it's a fashion show for me, but every day doesn't have to be like that. I don't have to be glitz and glams every day, but just looking more presentable. Even if like the cute bun, a wig don't have to be every single day, but I could do a cute bun and make it look more presentable. That for this video. I think I went over a lot of my goals. I still want to stay spiritually in tune. I've been to church since before the C word hit, and I'm excited to go back to church tomorrow, but I know that I gotta keep my distance still, because I ain't got time for none of that that's flying by. And yeah, so I'm definitely gonna keep my distance, but I do want to be in church. Like, it's that feeling of being in church that just makes you feel so good. So I am gonna start going back to church tomorrow. So for the next couple of weeks, it is gonna be trying new churches, seeing what churches I like, and trying to find a new home in a church, and then as well as spiritually, because I feel like they tie together. I use my spiritual and godly baptism. It's all together for me. Some ways it might be separate. Some things might be different as far as really just preference. But yeah, I feel like God and spirituality, it's all hand in hand with me. But I also want to continue my spirituality journey, opening that third eye, being connected with the universe, God, and just spiritually flowing. Pretty much it. Like, a lot of this year is execute. Trial and error, enjoying life. A lot of my next, I would say at least 2-3 years, are execute, trial and error. And I'm okay with that. Getting my house together, because y'all know, like I said, I just bought a house, and trying to get all of that together. Bought my first home, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, we're about to hit that 2K real quick. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you comment down below, because I definitely want to, interact with y'all some more. Like, tell me something. Tell me one of your goals throughout this next year, because I definitely want to hear it, and I definitely want to start a conversation down below. Also, if you don't know, for content creators, it is better to have a better comment, as far as don't leave generic comments like, oh, you look pretty, oh, that's nice, oh, like emojis, things like that. For content creators, it does help for you to leave. So even if you leave a sentence or question, something, that way it shows that we're getting that action, and y'all aren't bots, because that's what it ultimately shows. That y'all are bots. What it looks like as far as the algorithm, because if y'all give those generic comments. So yeah, so when people be like, comment down below, it's not us begging, it's like, but it is us asking, like, hey, can y'all help us out? If you're gonna watch, can you help us out? Even if you ask me a question like, hey, where I got my outfit from? Hey, something. Hey, my goal for this next month or this next year is this, and that. What is yours? Something as simple as that. I will greatly appreciate it, as well as other content creators will greatly appreciate it. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, loves.